And welcome back, everybody, to All Sports Uncut, where we talk about our sports and nothing but sports. Sports, 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 sports. Let's get it going, guys. So, this is going to be just a me episode only. It's just going to be Adam. Pip is currently dealing with some personal matters that he cannot get away from, so this is going to be me going on. So, but we do have some information from him. We do have his picks, and we do have some news. So let's go ahead and start off with a quick moment of silence to Mr. Sean Connery, the James Bond. He did pass away just recently, and I would like to take a moment here to just remember him. We are going to bow our heads and a quick moment of silence for him. Thank you. Okay, guys, so let's get on to some sports here. So, in baseball-related news, the Chicago White Sox have just hired former St. Louis Cardinals, manager Tony La Russa to become their next manager of the White Sox. Good on Tony La Russa. I forgot that he wasn't even in MLB anymore. He brings 3 World Series championships. He brings 4 Manager of the Years as well. Great pickup by the Sox, personally. I hope he can turn that franchise around. Some really good players on that team. So let's see what happens when he does, going back to Chi-Town. And then we're going to go into some quick stuff here. I know today was the NFL trade deadline. Not a whole lot going on in the trade deadline today. It's actually fairly quiet. There's a lot of rumors that are going on. Will Fuller was supposed to get traded. That didn't happen. Stephon Gilmore was supposed to get traded. That didn't happen. The fire sale, I thought the Jets were going to happen. Didn't happen. Just a lot of things that just didn't happen. I don't know if that's because of the whole pandemic that we're in or whatever it is, but just a lot didn't happen. So, very quiet trade deadline. Normally, this is a very busy time of year, and Adam Schefter is just on his phone tweeting away at everybody, but it didn't happen today. Some of the stuff that did happen, though, we did have Vic Beasley did get released today from the Tennessee Titans. Hopefully, Vic, you can pick up another team. One of the few trades that did happen today is Avery Williamson was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as Isaiah Ford was traded to the Pats. Like I said, nothing really huge happening in the trade deadline. It happened. Good job. Now, the next agenda we have some another injuries to the 49ers. Jimmy G and Kerry Kittles are looking like they're going to be out for the remainder of the season. It's a big blow to the 49ers, who were starting to really pick up some steam. And I thought personally that they were going to make a run into the playoffs. We're going to make a nice little jab. But now they're going to phone it in with Jimmy G and the Kid Man not being able to play. In my personal opinion, sorry 49er fans, it's not going to happen this year. We do have some other issues going on in the NFL right now, with 7 of the Baltimore Ravens defensive players testing positive for the 19. Unfortunately, that is going to really hurt the Ravens, kind of like it hurt the Raiders a couple weeks ago when they went into Tampa. So, hopefully, guys, you can make something happen here. It is only Tuesday, so maybe you can clear some guys up before going on your game this week. Some other 19 news. John Elway has tested positive as well too. John, hope you get well very soon. Sorry that's happening to you. In other sports related news, not a whole lot. Kind of a quiet day. Kind of what's going to happen. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now. Where there's one thing I did want to bring up that me and Pip were talking about, and it's basketball, of course, related. And Shaquille O'Neal came out recently with a tweet saying that this starting 5 would dominate, and I mean dominate, any other starting 5 out there. And I had to really look at it. I digested. I thought about it. I said, I wonder what the starting 5 is. Now, the starting 5 is an epic starting 5. You're starting off with AI the Answer as the point guard. Strong start right there. Number 2, you have the late great Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality as a shooting guard. Are you kidding me? Those 2 guys on one team, that's already incredible. 3, you have the GOAT, MJ, playing small forward. Now, I know you can think to yourself, what, really, MJ? You can probably swap him and Kobe. Either way, that's still fantastic right there. And at the 4, you have LeBron James. Are you kidding me? All right. And then, of course, at 5, you have Shaq Diesel. Yikes. Okay, I was not sure about this, but that was an epic starting 5 Shaq. I do fully agree with you. That is a heck of a starting 5. And, yeah, I don't think anyone's touching that starting 5. I don't care if it's the Bad Boy Pistons. I don't care if it's the Boston Celtics of 2000 and whatever time they won the championship over the Lakers. I don't care if it's the '08 Heat. That is a dominant team right there. And then me and Pip took it up a notch. We said, who would be the next 5? And I had my own thoughts. He had his own thoughts. But unfortunately, he's not here to give his thoughts today. So that's only my thoughts. My second thoughts on it were, man, do you know what would make a great second 5, the second wave? Is if, one, you were to bring in first Kareem. Because nothing stops the sky hook. Kareem at the 5. At the 4, you can kind of interplace. This is where me and Pip were kind of back and forth about it. You can bring in Rodman or you can bring in Karl Malone. Both guys would do incredible things for that team. Rodman could bring that grittiness, that defensive power, but Malone brings in another option to score. Like, that's scary. And then at the small forward is the 6th man of the year, and Scottie Pippen. Like, are you kidding me? That's an incredible team right there. Like, I don't think I need to go much farther. But then we had to really start thinking about it, and then I brought in the idea of either Ray Allen or Reggie Miller as starting at the 2 spot. And started the 1, that's when we really started to negotiate back and forth. We were like, no, this guy, no, this guy, no, this guy, no, this guy. And it's a true toss-up. You guys got, like, John Stockton. And remember, all these guys are in their prime. So these are prime guys. You got D. Rose, you got John Stockton, you got Jason Kidd, you got Isaiah Thomas. Like, those are some great players just right there. And any one of them, I'd be happy enough to take. I think Pip went with D. Rose. I think his second choice was Rodman. I really kind of like the Jason Kidd look. I think that'd be really good. But at the end of the day, that's just scary. Shaq, you were right, my man. Like, that is a scary starting 5. Comment below, who would you put in there as your starting 5, or who would you put in there as your number 2 team? Because, yikes. And remember, everyone's in their prime. Everybody is in their prime. So, okay, guys, I've covered some baseball. I've covered the what's kind of happening in football right now. Let's go ahead and talk about picks. So, last week, it was not a good week for me and Mr. Pip. We both had not great weeks. Pip went 6-7. I went 8-6. Could have been better. But we both came out okay. Pip has a new overall of 41-31. I have a new overall 42-29. Not bad. Still doing very well. Close contested. Race to the finish here. He did give me his picks. So we can go ahead and move on to this week's picks. And this week in football. Some huck it, chuck it, football. So first game on the calendar, we do have the Packers at the 49ers. Like we just said, the Niners, I think, are going to phone this one in. Pip has got the Packers. I'm going to go ahead and follow suit as well in taking the Pack here. Next game on the agenda, we have my Las Vegas Raiders coming home to play the Los Angeles Chargers here in SoFi Stadium. I think the Chargers are a really good team, but I think the defense is going to show up versus a rookie quarterback in Herbert and I think Las Vegas finally gets another 2-game win streak. I'm going to go ahead and take my boys in black, and I'm going to take the Raiders here. Next game on the agenda, we have the Broncos and the Falcons. This is kind of a trap game for both teams. Both teams are not that great. But here's the thing is that they are playing in Atlanta. If this was playing in Denver, I would feel much more implied to take Denver. I know Pip feels pretty good about the Falcons. I don't feel good about the Falcons, even though they've kind of burned me the last couple weeks. I got to go with the better quarterback. I got to take the Falcons in this game. Okay, into our next game of the night, we do have the Bills going to Seattle. Now, this was a head scratcher to me. We have Pip taking the Bills Mafia. I'm sorry, we have Seattle going into Bills country. My fault. I see why he took the Bills now. It's going to be cold, raining. I still like the Seahawks in this game. I'm going to take the Seahawks. Or as Mr. Pip likes to say, the Sea Chickens. Next game on the agenda, we have the Bears and the Titans. Both teams who need this win. The Bills need this win. I'm sorry, the Bears need this win to keep themselves relevant in their division, and the Titans need to win this for morale's sake because they did lose last week, and they are kind of in a downward slope. So I'm going to go ahead and take King Henry and the Titans versus the Bears. And then another interesting game, we have the Ravens and the Colts. They are going to play in Indianapolis this week. Pip has got the Colts. We just talked about this game too, and he thinks that Phillip Rivers is going to be the better quarterback duel versus Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens have had a bit of a falling going on, but I feel good. I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens in this game. Next game, we have the Panthers going into Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Super Bowl defending champs, and I'm going to take the Chiefs in this game. Because they're the Chiefs and the Panthers. Even though they are going to have Christian McCaffrey back, I just don't. It could be a trap game for them again, but I just don't see them losing to the Panthers. Next game, we have the Lions and the Vikings. Pip has taken the Lions. I'm going to go ahead and follow suit and also take the Lions in that game. The Vikings just don't look like the Vikings of 2 years ago where they made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. They don't look that team anymore. Next game, you have the New York Giants traveling to Washington to take on the Washington football team. Here's something really interesting. Washington is 1-7. I'm sorry. New York is 1-7, and they've been playing okay recently. Can they say they've been playing good? No, but they've been playing okay. They've had some bright spots. The Washington football team is currently 2-5. If I'm correct, they are also. Let me make sure about what I'm saying. They are second in the division, so if they win this game, they will fall into a tie with the Eagles for first place in the division. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Washington football team to take first place in a garbage NFC East. Like, garbage NFC East. Next game, we have the Texan game. And the Texans are... Let me get my stuff back here. I'm sorry, we have... That's week 8. Sorry, guys. Malfunction here on my end. We have the Texans going into Jacksonville to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another bad two teams playing against each other. But the Texans are the better team overall. I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans in that game. As well as Pip taking the Texans as well. Next game, you have the Steelers and the Cowboys. Pip is taking the Steelers. I'm going to follow suit and take the Steelers as well because the Cowboys are just terrible. You get the Finns and the Cards, which will probably be actually an entertaining game on the schedule. You have the Finns at 4-3, and you have the Cardinals at 5-2. The Cardinals just been playing really, really well and kind of motoring through a lot of their opponents. So I'm going to go ahead and follow suit, and I'm going to take the Cards as well in this game. Pip has also taken the Cardinals as well. Next game, we have the Saints and the Buccaneers. I'm surprised to see the Saints are at 5-2 and the Bucs are at 6-2. The Saints have to go into Tampa. They have never had tremendous success in Tampa as well. And Tom Brady's been playing really, really well. That Bucs team's finally coming together as a unit. I'm going to take the Bucs in this game. Pip has also taken the Bucs as well. Next on the agenda is our Monday night game, where we have ourselves a stinker on our hands with the 2-5 New England Patriots versus the is that correct? The 0-8 New York Jets. Why do I feel like this is a trap game? Like, I have that weird, sneaky suspicion this is going to be a trap game for the Patriots, because they have to go to New York and play. My gut tells me to take the Jets, but my brain's like, what are you, crazy? And I'm a crazy man, and I'm going to take the Jets and an upset win. Oscar, you're going to enjoy that one, my man. I have the Jets beating the Patriots on Monday night, and if they do, Oscar, crack another one open for me, buddy. Yeah, there's a lot of good games, and there's a lot of games coming on this week. But I think it's going to be a very interesting, very fun week of football. Guys, I know it's a very short episode this week. I wish there was more banter. You know, me and Pip have our good banter back and forth, and I just can't do it by myself. That's why he is the second head on this channel. That's why he is the other guy. I promise you, once he's done with whatever he's got going on, he will be back. We will be going again and going head to head into our predictions, into whatever else. And also, I don't know when it will be here, but there is a reward coming for whoever does best on these picks for this NFL season. Guys, thank you very much for coming in for a quick visit with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are liking the content that we are pushing out. I love the love that's coming towards us. I know a lot of you guys sit here and you watch us and you say, why do I watch these guys? But I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch what we got to push out. Thank you very much. My shout out of the week goes to Mr. Oscar, just because I hope your team wins, and if they don't, I'm going to be pissed. So, yeah, I hope you guys win, because I think I'm a bit crazy right now. All right, guys, hope you have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, if you want to know about anything, if you want us to cover anything, let us know. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next one.